Hello and welcome back to Slice and Dice. You feeling good? You feeling ready? I'm feeling good. I'm less rattled than I was yesterday, I'll say. 41, let's kick it. I was talking to Cranberry about team comps recently, and he said he doesn't like Magical, so I'm gonna play Magical in his honor. Now, I think a big part about playing team comps is not forcing yourself to play the comp, right? If the curses are bad, you shouldn't play them. These curses are okay. I don't like Right 2 Blank, I don't like fewer rerolls, I do not like Monster Right, but Stone First is okay. Although, actually, Stone First is kind of bad with no gray. I'm actually going to reroll. And we'll go again. Sorry, Team Magical, but it's not today. Third turn Knoll is really scary, actually. But I think it'll be okay. Knolls are low enough impact that if one gets summoned, I don't think you lose the game. The snowball shouldn't just kill you. So I'm willing to give it a spin. I should not lock stun. Let me... Oh, good shit, Lazy. Let me get my bearings on this first round. I gotta calibrate my mental. And then we can work it out. My music's a little loud. Oh, remember. Third turn, they will summon before the run phase. Don't let a Knoll pop in on you like that. Double Thorn. This is a fight 2 or fight 3 valid setup. I will take Warden, although I'll take Glacia. Glacia's really, really good. And you know why? It's because I think, and this is up to your personal interpretation, but I think about half of the starting, the tier 2 blues, I think about half of them are bad. So picking Glacia is good just because she's not Jester, Myco, Evoker, Fiend. I'll take Learn Poultice. Heal 2, single cast. It's a fine little out. Yeah, this is the first fight where we probably want to be a little bit aware. Our damage output hasn't increased, and these enemies are a little bit more challenging. So we will probably see at least one Knoll in this fight. And that's okay. We just need to make sure that we're prioritizing targets. I'm going to kill the wolf last. I'm going to kill the boar first because it does actual damage threat. No death defies, please. Stun. Yeah, whatever. We're going to aim to just take down the boar. Can stun the rat, burst the boar. I'm going to save my 2 mana. Because I'm taking 3 damage for that 2 mana because I could have just shielded Dabble instead. But I want to save it so that if I have a way to do 1 damage on this turn, I can use it. Yeah, like that. I don't have to lock or look for 2 damage to have impact. Good work, Lazy. We will want to make sure that our team is capable of handling Knolls should they spawn in, though. Look, we don't want to be picking things like Spellblade. Well, Spellblade's okay here, but we want to have someone that's good at it. Our yellow is going to be the big choice for that. I think, anyway. But an acceptable first set of fights. This is where it's really scary. All monsters -2 max HP. All monsters outer 2 HP must be removed individually. No. I'm willing to play Gladiator. He's okay. I think this will be the hard part, though. Getting past Troll is not an easy feat here. This will make it a little easier, but like the problem is not Troll. Slowing down Troll is not an issue. The problem is if he gets a second Knoll spawn. Like the first Knoll I'm not too worried about. If he gets a second Knoll, I think it gets a little more challenging. I'm willing to take 1 damage, we settle. Okay, and I think there's actually nothing to be worried about. Troll is doing no damage, he's 5 HP. I'm full health, the Knoll has no chance. Gladiator just hit 3 straight rolls. Didn't even need a reroll, just said, I got this one for you, boss, and took care of it. Thank you, Gladiator. Very good work. The Citrine Ring is fine. My thought, Ace of Spades is obviously a no way. Citrine Ring is pretty okay, because it's any value is value out of your tier 2 item, right? You're going to reroll and you're going to hit something completely worthless. We can slap this on Glacia and be happy with it for a long time. This looks kind of tough. I guess we'll see. It's a little bit challenging to kill bandits, though. My damage output is not great, I have to say. I'm gonna focus on this guy. We're gonna get damage where we can here. And just put like a weaken 2 on the bandit. 2 damage and weakening him is good. But it's impossible for me to make this guy flee. So we will plan accordingly. Just kill one. My Dabble is sure that she's a healer. Confused that she's not playing as a red right now. Dude, if Gladiator can just roll 2 damage engage every 3rd turn, incredible gameplay. I like Cleric. I feel dopamine when I see Cleric, but Vampire is very good at consistent damage, and Cleric is very inconsistent and bad for long fights. Many reasons to not play Cleric here. No AoE damage for the illusions is a shame, but that's okay. Can I get a stun? I don't think I would even want to get a stun. I could get a stun. I'm actually, you know, I'm not opposed to this play. No, I am opposed. We do this play. This is better. I will 2 damage and 4 damage are very similar numbers in terms of the Cyclops. I think it's very likely that I will hit the stun no matter what. Don't need to lock this 1 mana yet. Sometimes I'll get 2 damage. And then this way, don't take any illusion issues. The Null is here. Gladiator, do the thing. Oh, he's close, he's close. He almost had it. Alright. I think you settle. This is a big part of getting better at Slice and Dice, which I'm working on, is settling when you have a good enough roll. It's not a perfect roll, but it's acceptable. A stun, a 1 damage. The combo's nice enough for you. This is the Cyclops dead. We don't want to stall, though. Like, I could block on Dabble, but that's not a good play. And I think that this is the problem with the 3rd turn curses. They force you to push faster than you would like. Because sometimes I'm going to roll really unfortunately there and be put into a sad position. Thankfully it didn't happen. I don't like the 3 of a kind idea. I'm going to go Pocket Phylactery. 3 of a kind is a pick for a dreamer. If you want to dream big, you can go 3 of a kind there. But I think it's a little bit unlikely. Pocket Phylactery is always going to be very good. It kicked the shit out of my Gladiator here. I need a 1 damage out of Dabble. It's fine. Fuck you all. It's fine. Just kill the Courts and call it a day. Testify was not the lock there. I don't think you would ever take that though. Even though I landed on an X, I think they're effectively the same. Because I'm going to kill the Courts either way. I guess I could leave the Courts at 1, so maybe it would be okay. But, nah. Again, once we recognize and deal with the reality, there's always going to be a null in these fights. This curse is basically like add null right now, but it's delayed, so the pressure is not right away, and sometimes it's a lot worse for that delay. Rolling there was kind of risky. But it panned out. But that's the sort of roll, like that turn is one where if I lose the run, it's because of that. I'll take Trapper. I think Dabble has outstayed their welcome. Vulnerable. It doesn't pair super well with Gladiator, but it's still fine. We can do like 4-1-1 for a kill. Do I like that? I might like this a little more. Saves me 1 damage to all characters, but 1 damage to all isn't that good. But it's okay. It keeps Magrath full HP for the Gladiator to continue his fucking reign of terror here. No, this guy's on something. I'm actually gonna take the poison. I'd rather stun or stop the wolf from spawning in. It's very minor, but I don't believe that these guys are a real threat. They aren't, is why I don't believe they're a real threat. Like, they have no chance. So I'm happy to just take the poison to speed us along. It's a good choice to make because you don't want to delay and then get swarmed by wolves, potentially. Hat dot trapper for trapper. Heal 16 single use. No thanks. Iron pendant is very good. Good for gladiator. Can maybe play for a steel. I think the best character for this item is probably keeper. 2 steel sides, very consistent. Need to kill 1 bones. Because I don't care about my mana, by the way, I'm just kind of not thinking and locking whatever vampire rolls for the 2 damage or 2 mana, and she'll never miss. Sometimes my wallop will roll Death Defy like this, though. I guess if you want to be technical here, you know what's probably better? Because you have this play, right? We end on 1 health anyway. So we could kill the top bones and then Death Defy Glacia. It's very marginally better. Because you're ending on the same HP, you're just saving a little bit more on Wallop as a result of this. It's plus 3 HP for Wallop. It's just, like, strange, because it doesn't feel right. Oh. Good try. Unfortunately, Glacia, no one can hold that trick shot forever. The forbidden trick shot is not for you. Hey, no. Pilgrim Bard. I am not a fan of Pilgrim. And I've seen Bard, I've seen Cleric, I'm willing to random. It's not terrible. Smith on Vulnerable is okay. It's not great, mind you, not super happy to play Armor. I am not a big fan. But, oh, I can move the Citrine Ring to him, actually. I'll do that next turn. He's also really good with Gladiator. I should actually be pretty happy with this pickup, I think. I'm just very biased against Armorer, because I hate him. But that's my own fault. I will work on improving myself. I'm sorry, Armorer. You're actually really, really good for this team. Because Glacia can use him, Gladiator can use him, Trapper can use him. Smithing is very good for us. Did I go for the 2 shield? Nah, I don't think so. Glacia can't give me a roll that lets Gladiator die here, so I'm good to let it be. Because every single roll would save his life. I don't care about this 2 poison. And we don't burst the top carrier because you can just let him see if he's going to do something useful. Keep up the good work, champ. Another kill shot. This goes here, this goes here. Sure, that's good enough. Learn draw. Whoa, this is really good. And it's not attached to the terrible character. That's exciting. I will take this for sure. Wand grips plus 2 single use to the left side. It's not terrible, but I get the best part of Ace without having to play Ace. What a world. Imagine that. Being able to give yourself 1 boost on any given turn is often very strong. This is not very strong. Okay, fine. Now, Vulnerable doesn't... Oh, it does actually. Oh, sorry. Vulnerable will apply, but they won't actually take vulnerable damage unless you're hitting their health. So the Vulnerable is nothing here. Yeah, so like for 1 mana, I can just go 6 damage to the Slimer. That's kind of good. Looks like my Vampire whiffed on this turn, huh? I'm not paying super close attention, to be fair, but in my brain, if she rolls a 2, I'm locking it right now. So if I didn't hit something, that must mean she whiffed. If she's unlocked, I think it's a safe bet. The Gnoll comes in, but again, I'm not too afraid. I have a good handle on this fight. I'm mostly afraid of the Gnoll in future fights, like bosses. Basalt is the one that comes to mind. Trapper, did you just, you know what? Never mind. Whatever, buddy. Doesn't matter. We do not measure you by your failures, but by your successes. That's incorrect, by the way. We measure you by your failures in this game. If you fail a lot, you get kicked off of the team. Look at this armor. He's not failing a lot. Be more like this guy. He knows what he wants and he's going for it. Yeah, like, we've won the fight at this point. It's not even a question, but we are threatened by another gnoll. I think Assassin here for sure. Shaman is okay, but Assassin is a little bit more uh, gas, right? We want to go fast here. We don't want to get mobbed by gnolls, and to do that we need to do damage. And Assassin can also deal with the gnolls pretty nicely. I think I'll put 8 into Rotten, it seems viable. Could make it 10. Seems okay. I'm not worried about killing these bones. I think they'll be pretty easy to kill off. So a little blast of 10 into Rotten isn't bad. Little poison doesn't hurt. This is actually a great roll. 4 damage here, little poison, little 3 damage, little weaken. I can boost again and kill him. Shouldn't this boost be only worth 2 damage though? +1/+1. Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay. This is the problem with boost. A lot of times it tricks you. You think that boost is a good idea, and I mean, it's fine, but it is the exact same as bursting there. It's the lifelong plight of that side. It looks really good, and then you like take the mask off. You know the meme of Homer Simpson holding all of the fat behind him? That's boost. I do not like luck. 8 rerolls next turn seems like a waste. Although if I see Sorcerer, it's kind of good. I just think that it's far too conditional for me to blind pick it. I'll take +1 to my poison side instead. It's like a free burst if you think about it. Don't think about it though. Holding the Smith is good because now Gladiator can roll either of his 1 or 2 damages to kill this Caw Egg. Because I want Assassin to be taking out Thorns. Although Assassin's going to have a little bit of trouble with that. You know what? Kill the other Thorn. I can just shield this guy. Remember, with the +1 shields, he's actually very hard to take down. Stopping petrification means that the future is a little brighter. Perhaps. I'm gonna aim for the Thorn. Okay. Well, it's really bad to unlock this and then roll an X. I don't want to give myself that opportunity. I think I'll just actually burst. There you go. It was lethal. I almost whiffed it. Surgeon Weaver. Surgeon's pretty good. Weaver's pretty good. They're both solid. I feel like one should intuitively be better than the other to me, but neither of them really strike me. I'm gonna click on Surgeon. I don't have a strong reason for you. I looked at that choice for a little bit there. I don't think that it's obvious. I think that they're both very good, so I'm just gonna click one so I don't sit here forever thinking about it. Oh, this is the fight that kills me. If I lock this dodge, I'm setting myself up for horror. This is the sort of situation where you lock in on this dodge and then you realize in 3 turns that you made a mistake. Ow. Don't get tricked, it's only worth it on the first play. The second play is the same as bursting. I'm gonna save my weaken. I want to save it for a poison. I'm thankful that I didn't get rolled there, by the way. I should have gotten punished for not locking immediately, but I was not punished. Because there's no justice. Acceptable, acceptable. We lock this, heal shield 3, it's good. It makes it so that Assassin doesn't take any spikes damage either. Didn't need to boost, we're in the clear here. Just, you gotta recognize when fights are scary. And you gotta recognize the game plan. If that Spiker's full HP going on the gnoll spawning in, I think this gets a little harder. Just a little. But again, Gladiator, I mean, have you ever seen a performance like this? My man is on fire. He sees those gnolls, he knows what he's got to do. 2 reads is really, really good for Assassin. Assassin gets max 2 reads value, and I think it's basically an Eye of Horus on Assassin for a 7. Charge Link is very good. If I had taken Weaver, I would be playing Charge Link here for sure. But I will play 2 reads, and we're just going to let Assassin have her time. I think it's good. And 4 damage poison is quite strong. I almost want to roll for something to kill the snipers, though. I like this for the shield. 6 poison basilisk is quite good. And then... yeah, this seems fine. No healing to be had at a surgeon there, but that's okay. Now we just have to save Glacia from Disaster, which looks pretty okay. Not quite there, though. I need a damage side from Gladiator. That'll do. As we go 3 damage to the blind. Done. Basalt. This is the moment of truth. Can we defeat Basalt? I'm offered a Sorcerer. He's okay. He has the potential to be super, super broken. I'm willing to take it. With 2 reads in the tank, if I hit Eye of Horus or Sickle or Twisted Bar, I just instant win the game. It's not a great play, but I also get the wrench on him, which is fine. He has a chance to solo win me the run, and I think Veteran is not very good. 6 damage. I would like to draw a dodge for Assassin here. 3 poison is fine. I think I'm going to keep it on the 3 poison. Now that I have the rolls, I'm going to keep it anyway. That's okay, Sorcerer. That was my fault. Okay, so we're going 3 poison. Surgeon's going away for a while, but we're doing 4 plus poison. I think I'm actually, in this fight, in this position, it is good to boost Assassin. It's more than a burst because this fight will go enough turns where I get value out of this. This is a lot of poison value over a few turns. I'm pretty comfortable that we win this one from here. It is tough when my Assassin has Death Inflicted, though, I have to say. Not a great turn. But we had a really, really good turn 1. So it's not so bad that this turn is a wash. But it's actually pretty scary. 1 damage engage, which I can potentially boost up to enough to kill the gnoll. It only needs to be 2 to catch me up. I'll roll for the boost. This kills the quartz. Lock this so that I can do 1 poison to the slate. Heal, shield 3. I want to roll for mana. Good. Everything works out for me here. I think I will get out of this fight alive. Hold. And burst. The difference here for Sorcerer is 1 HP though. If he has 1 more HP, he's much better off. As long as I can kill Basalt before... If I kill Basalt this turn, I'm fine. If I kill Basalt next turn, it's interesting. That's not actually interesting. I have a gnoll. I can wait for him. He's not like right away coming at me. The assassins are just dodging for the weaken, because the longer I wait out Basalt, the better off we are. I don't really know what I'm rolling for on armor, though, I gotta say. Just kind of rolling for fun. Not a great reason, though, is it? Just get our slates poisoned. I can burst down whichever one I need, or I can burst Basalt next turn. all of these options are viable. We're perfectly fine from this spot. And I think this was the scariest fight, so coming out of this one okay is a good sign. I'd say. I locked Gladiator here because any damage is lethal on this slate, which is what I need. A burst kills you, and does the Knoll spawn in? I think it doesn't. Good. Great fight. Very nice, very nice. Demon, Wisp, 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 Demon. If I had Weaver right now, I would be tilted. Oh, and then we win the game. Cool, cool, cool. So this is what I was saying, right? We see Sickle, we win the game, we pick Sorcerer because he's okay, and sometimes it's just a hard win. Because now he's this. Now he's... So here's the thing, right? You can be in this position, and I have heard this from some people, where they have this perfect setup, and then they lose anyway because their Sorcerer goes XXX. The only way that we lose from this position is if Sorcerer goes, count it with me, XXX, XXX. He has to whiff 2 straight turns completely. Otherwise, there is something I can do. I have motion other than that situation. And I'm just going to assume that he's not gonna fuck me up like that. I'm gonna end turn here. Actually, I think I'm fine. Oh, he does eat this pain. Sorry, my fault. This is a big misplay from me. I was lost in the sauce a little bit there. He should not have eaten pain there. I'm gonna let Surgeon roll for a heal mana gain. And hitting the demon was kind of silly as well. Even still, I made terrible mistakes, but I can make these mistakes because I'm so strong it just doesn't matter, basically. We'll put a little bit of poison and poultice for good luck. But in this game, and sorry, I want to finish my thought. I got sidetracked because I put myself into an awkward spot. If you are having this trouble where you're like, oh, I lost because of my Sorcerer whipping on 1 turn. If you're 1 turn away from losing, that means that there's something wrong with something along the way is problematic for you. Usually, I think it's curse selection. I think people do not pick curses in a way that I feel makes sense to me. This is Barbarian. There's like a case to be made for Valkyrie, but it's not a great case. But no, I feel like you might just be playing a little too fast and loose, more or less, which is fine, you know, I don't want to rain on your parade if you're just having fun, right? If you're having a good time, like this, right? You can just lock Sorcerer there, but even still, this was a bad case, 3XX. This is a subpar outcome, but the rest of my team didn't whiff, and even if they did, I would not have died. I'm gonna kill this Basilisk. Like, even if everyone on my team rolls X's here, the 1/3 mana is enough to get me to another turn. Sometimes, but you have to recognize you have to have a bit of a mindset shift. Sometimes you're gonna think to yourself, oh man, this was a good turn, but it could have been better. Or like, this was a really bad turn. Sometimes the victory condition on your turn isn't killing all the enemies or getting super far ahead or setting up your infinite. Sometimes the victory condition is living to the turn after this one. Sometimes you low roll on your first rolls and you start to recognize that the win out is just to survive. That was a mindset shift that I had to have, because you'll be sitting there looking at like, let me give you an example. This team doesn't actually have a good example, but you'll be sitting there looking at like a dodge on Assassin with 1 roll left and a 3 mana with Sorcerer. This team doesn't have great examples, but like a heal shield 3, and you roll and you go, I'll hit something better, and then you whiff and you go, oh, well. Oh, and then I hit the absolutely insane Emerald Mirror here. Don't worry about the burst stick. This actually is kind of cool. 2 damage with shield 2 for 2 mana pips. It lets you... Actually, no, I think it doesn't let you get around Hexia. Anyway, we're going to run Sickle, 2 reads Assassin. No, that's not quite right. A sec. I think it's 2 reads, Sickle, Assassin, Wrench, Barbarian, Emerald Mirror, Sorcerer? No. Why not? Oh, because the 2 reads is first. It has to look like this. So probably you just want to do it this way then. These guys just have an incompatibility, that's all. And we're obviously going to play for Sorcerer here. No doubt. This is fine. This is min-maxing to a degree you don't need to do. That's all. 3 rerolls? That seems fine. Armorer is now pretty worthless, though. This guy doesn't have a lot to do. I guess he can boost my assassin. It's not the end of the world. Sorcerer has gone on a pretty bad run here, I gotta say. That was, I think, 8 rerolls and he hit mana 1 time. That was 6 rerolls, he hit mana 1 time. That's not great, but even still, just continue to practice what I preach, right? I'm not losing the game. The damage output is not bad. If it was bad, if I was in a position where I was losing there, I would have locked the 3 mana with 2 rolls left. And I mean that. Sometimes that's the correct choice, because you just take the guarantee. More often than not, if you take the guarantee, you're going to be happy. You're going to live, right? You might not get the perfect turn you wanted, but you'll get a good enough turn. I could do better, but I'm not going to bother. There's no pain, there's nothing catching me out here. I can just done rolling and leave this. Yeah. Poet's very, very good here. Stoic's whatever. I play Poet. Definitely. He pairs super well with Sorcerer when Sorcerer is popping off like this. He can hold the draw, and we actually have all 9 items equipped with no active downsides. All 9 of these items were good. That's a great situation to be in. Very happy with 9 good items in a run. 9 mana is good enough. I'm gonna go Big Shield, Barb, Kill Caw. Do I want to boost up my poison? These are worthwhile and then it stops being worth it. I think right about here. It's okay. Dragon, you have no chance. You can call the null. You can do whatever you want to make it look scary. Make it look close if you wanna. For your pride or whatever. It doesn't matter, buddy. This is a hard lose. I think you have no chance. I'm gonna lock in because I think he's just dead. He is indeed just dead. Okay, and this is my last piece of advice. I took a little bit of a flyer on Sorcerer here, but understanding why that decision was good is important. I actually have 2 things to say about this one. Understanding why that decision was good is important. It was good because Veteran wasn't good. If Veteran was like a Wanderer there, or something like a Barbarian, I would click it, we wouldn't even be talking about this. But Veteran wasn't good, he was just okay, and Sorcerer in that position is also just okay with the Wrench locked in. He's at least going to have the 2 reroll side, and Surgeon can support him to get you at least a little bit of poison, a little bit of value. So he was about equal value to Veteran in terms of potential to be good in the moment. And if you hit very specifically on Sorcerer, he will solo win you the game, which is why you take Sorcerer there. The other thing I want to say is that if you're struggling with this game and you want to get better, shift your mindset entirely towards wanting this screen. You should feel it like you made a terrible mistake if you have any deaths. Because that's usually what it is, I've realized. There are some fights where it's impossible and you can recognize those and don't beat yourself up over them, but the reality of the situation is you should be aiming for 0 deaths every run. And the way to do that is mainly don't take curses that buff the enemies, because baseline you have so much HP that you'll live 1 set of bad rolls. That's the end of my thesis. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.